Picture yourself standing atop the breathtaking ruins of Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Your mind may wander, pondering the mystery of the ancient civilization that once flourished here in the heart of the Andes. This was the realm of the Inca Empire, an extraordinary civilization that left an indelible mark on the history of South America. The Inca Empire, also known as Tawantinsuyu, was a marvel of its time. Spanning across what is now Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, and parts of Colombia, Chile, and Argentina, it was the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. At its zenith, the empire was a tapestry of diverse cultures, languages, and peoples, all unified under the rule of the Inca. The Incas were renowned for their ingenuity and resourcefulness. They developed an intricate road system, stretching over 23,000 miles, that connected the vast territories of their empire. Their architectural prowess was truly a sight to behold, with grand structures meticulously carved from stone, standing in harmony with the rugged Andean landscape. The Incas were also pioneers in agriculture, mastering the art of terrace farming on steep Andean slopes. They cultivated a variety of crops, including potatoes and maize, some of which have become staples around the world. Their societal structure was highly organized, with a central government that efficiently managed the empire's resources and labor. However, the Inca Empire was not just about grandeur and prosperity. It was a civilization steeped in rich traditions and spiritual beliefs. They worshipped Inti, the sun god, and built magnificent temples in his honor. Rituals and festivals were integral parts of their lives, adding vibrant colors to the tapestry of their culture. Yet despite its vastness and grandeur, the Inca Empire was not invincible. Destiny had another plan in store. As this great civilization was reaching the pinnacle of its glory, a new force was about to make its presence felt. A force driven by a relentless quest for gold, glory, and the lure of the unknown. Enter the Spanish conquistadors, whose arrival on the shores of the New World would forever alter the course of history. Their journey across the Atlantic was not just a voyage of discovery, but a harbinger of the tumultuous times that lay ahead for the glorious Inca Empire. Here's where our adventure begins. Led by the renowned conquistador Francisco Pizarro, a handful of Spanish soldiers set sail for the New World. Their hearts pounded with anticipation, their minds spun with dreams of gold, glory, and the unknown. They embarked on a journey that would lead them across the vast Atlantic to a land they had only heard of in whispers and tales. Their destination? The Inca Empire, a civilization teeming with wealth and wonders, stretching over thousands of miles across the rugged Andes. The Spaniards had heard of its legendary gold and silver reserves, and they were determined to claim these treasures for their own. The year was 1532. After months of arduous travel, Pizarro and his men finally set foot on the shores of Peru. Their eyes widened in awe as they took in the breathtaking landscapes, the sprawling settlements, the grandeur of the Inca civilization. But they had not come to simply marvel at these sights. They had come to conquer. The first encounter between the Spanish conquistadors and the Incas was a momentous event. The two worlds, so different yet equally fascinated by each other, collided. At the heart of this encounter was the meeting between Pizarro and Atahualpa, the last ruling Inca emperor. Atahualpa, intrigued by these foreign visitors, agreed to meet with Pizarro. The meeting, however, was a trap. Pizarro and his men, vastly outnumbered but armed with superior weaponry, launched a surprise attack. In the ensuing chaos, they captured Atahualpa, the divine leader of the Incas. The capture of Atahualpa was a turning point. It sent shockwaves throughout the Inca Empire. The divine emperor, considered a living god, was now a prisoner. Without their leader, the Incas were like a ship without its captain, adrift in a stormy sea. The Spanish, now with a firm grip on the reins of power, began their systematic conquest of the Inca Empire. They exploited the internal divisions among the Incas, using a divide-and-conquer strategy to weaken the once mighty empire. The capture of Atahualpa marked the beginning of the end for the Inca Empire. From here on, the fate of this grand civilization was sealed. The Spanish conquest had begun. As the Spanish forces progressed, they encountered resistance from Inca generals such as Manco Inca and his brave warriors. The Inca Empire, known for its vast network of roads, intricate architecture, and sophisticated agricultural systems, was now bracing for a conflict of unprecedented proportions. The air was thick with anticipation as the Spanish and Inca warriors prepared to lock horns in a battle that would echo through the annals of history. Pizarro's forces, although vastly outnumbered, were armed with the latest European military technology. Their steel swords shone ominously under the Peruvian sun, their crossbows were cocked and ready, and their horses, unfamiliar beasts to the Incas, snorted with pent-up energy. The Spanish also boasted superior military tactics, thanks to years of experience in European warfare. On the other hand, the Inca warriors stood tall and proud, their bodies adorned with vibrant textiles and their hands wielding traditional weapons such as slings, clubs, and spears. Although they lacked the advanced weaponry of their adversaries, they compensated with their courage, their intimate knowledge of the terrain, and their unwavering will to protect their empire. The battle was fierce, marked by the clashing of steel against stone, the thunderous galloping of horses, and the relentless spirit of the Inca warriors. Despite their bravery, the Incas found themselves outmatched by the Spanish's superior weaponry and tactics. The Spanish's steel armor rendered the Incas' stone and bronze weapons ineffective, while their horses gave them a crucial advantage in mobility and intimidation. The Spanish, with their gunpowder and cannons, brought a level of destruction that the Inca had never witnessed before. The deafening roar of the cannons, the smoke-filled air, and the devastating impact of the cannonballs added a new layer of terror to the battlefield. Despite their valiant resistance, the Inca warriors found themselves increasingly pushed back. The Spanish, armed with horses, cannons, and steel armor, proved to be formidable opponents for the Inca warriors wielding traditional weapons. The unfolding battle was a stark reminder of the brutal clash of cultures and the tragic inevitability of the Inca Empire's downfall. While the military conquest was significant, it was the diseases brought by the Spanish that devastated the Inca Empire. The Incas, who had lived in isolation for centuries, had no immunity to these foreign maladies. The Spanish invaders unknowingly carried with them smallpox, measles, and influenza, diseases that were commonplace in Europe but entirely new to the New World. These diseases spread like wildfire through the Inca population, felling warriors and peasants alike. Smallpox in particular was merciless, leaving no corner of the empire untouched. It killed thousands, including many of the empire's leaders, creating a power vacuum that the Spanish were all too eager to exploit. In the chaos that ensued, the Spanish played their cards with cunning precision. They exploited the internal conflicts among the Incas, driving wedges between different factions and sowing discord. The Spanish, well-versed in the art of divide and conquer, used this to their advantage, further weakening the already beleaguered empire. Resistance, however, was not entirely absent. The Incas, despite their dwindling numbers and the invisible enemy they were fighting, made valiant attempts to defend their homeland. They fought with courage and tenacity, their love for their land and people evident in their fierce battles. But it was an uphill battle, one that they were ill-equipped to win. The Spanish, with their superior weaponry and cunning strategies, were a formidable foe. They used every opportunity to their advantage, exploiting the Incas' internal conflicts and the havoc wreaked by the diseases they had brought. The Incas, weakened by illness and internal strife, were unable to mount a sufficient defense. The Spanish, in their quest for gold and glory, seized control of the Inca Empire. They exploited the precious gold and silver reserves, draining the empire of its wealth. The once prosperous empire was brought to its knees, its people subjugated, its wealth plundered. Despite valiant attempts at resistance, the Incas faced an insurmountable control by the Spanish, who exploited their precious gold and silver reserves. However, it's important to note that the conquest was not purely an act of destruction. The Spanish, with their arrival, brought about a seismic shift in the religious, political, and social landscape of the region. They introduced Christianity, transforming the spiritual ethos that had until then been centered around the worship of the sun god, Inti. The Spanish language was imposed, And the quipu, an intricate Inca system of communication involving knotted strings, was replaced with the written word. Politically, the Spanish implemented their system of governance, marking the end of the reign of the Sapa Inca, the divine king. The mita, a form of labor tax that the Incas had practiced, was exploited and intensified by the Spanish, leading to severe hardship among the indigenous population. Yet, out of this turbulent period of change and conflict, a new culture was born, a mestizo culture, a fusion of Spanish and Inca traditions. This amalgamation is evident in everything from the architecture to the food, music, and folkloric traditions that are still prevalent in modern Peru. The Quechua language, the tongue of the Incas, is still spoken today by millions in the Andean regions. The legacy of the Inca Empire endures, not just in the grandeur of Machu Picchu or the cobbled streets of Cusco, but in the hearts and minds of the people. The Incas' sophisticated agricultural techniques, their understanding of the stars, their artistry in gold and silver, and their remarkable road system. These are all testament to an advanced civilization that, in its time, was one of the greatest on Earth. In the aftermath of the conquest, the Inca Empire was irrevocably changed, but it was not erased. Its echoes can be heard in the Quechua words spoken by the Andean people, seen in the terraced landscapes, and felt in the enduring spirit of resistance and resilience. So, next time you explore the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu, remember the epic tale of the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire.